Should you do live webinars or automated webinars for your business? Which one works better? Which one converts better? This very much depends on your situation, and I want to break that down for you in this video. I've been working on webinars for more than a decade. My clients have generated millions of dollars through webinars, and so I want to kind of share some nuance for you in this video. I got an email from a colleague of mine the other day who had watched my automated webinar and liked it, and he reached out and he asked me, John, I'm thinking of creating an automated webinar for my business. Should I do that? And so in typical blunt John fashion, I spit out the exact scenarios for when you should use live or when you should use automated, and I want to pass that along for you today. So let me start with live, because which one you use very much depends on your situation, right? It requires a strategic brain to think through it. So let's start with live. So live webinars convert better than automated, but they also require more energy and effort to put forth. Whereas automated, obviously, it can run 24/7. Once you set it up, it could run without you. So which one of those you use depends on your situation. So live is going to be best for you if you don't have consistent traffic, meaning you're not getting a flow of passive traffic from search engines or YouTube or ads or something like that, and you're doing a time-based promotion. So it could be, let's say, for example, you're partnering with somebody else and you're going to present your webinar to their audience in real time. So there's an actual date, an actual time. That person's going to promote your webinar to their audience. You're going to show up with your presentation, in which case you're going to deliver it live with that person to the other audience. That is where live would make sense. Or if you're doing a launch, let's say you're doing a joint venture or a partnership launch. I've done a lot of those over the years. I want to do live webinars during those launches because it's an event-based thing. I'm doing a webinar on this date at this time. I'm going to show up, deliver it live, give my very best to those people. Why? Because it will convert significantly better when you have the event effect of having a live gathering of people. If you can deliver that presentation well, you are going to convert or get more customers and clients from that webinar in an instant than you will if you just, injected an automated webinar into that process. So if you're doing any sort of event-based stuff, highly recommend, time-based stuff, recommend the live webinar. The live webinar still outconverts everything else. There's nothing like gathering up a group of people, delivering value, building trust before you make an offer. And there's some nuance to this to getting it right, but nothing beats a good, strong virtual or online sales presentation or webinar, masterclass, whatever you want to call it, still is the top choice for enrolling people in a one-to-many fashion. Now, let's talk about the automated webinar. Where does that make sense? Because they're not either or. It's like, which tool do you want to use in your toolbox in the right scenario? So we talked about the live. The automated is going to be perfect for you and would be used in a situation where you are getting ongoing, let's say, passive traffic. So like, for example, this YouTube video and this YouTube channel that I'm on right now, off of this is linked to an automated webinar. In fact, you can check it out in the description of this video or the pinned comment if you want to see my automated webinar in action. And so if you're selling an online course or an online program, or you're looking to book calls or sales conversations passively, and you have a relatively passive source like YouTube. I published this video, it's going to live for years on YouTube, and there'll be people watching it over the years as well. They're going to then go into the description, click on that link, opt in for my automated webinar to potentially be sold on my program from there, right? And so YouTube channel. If you have a YouTube channel, it can be a great way to link an automated presentation to it. Maybe you're getting a lot of traffic through search engines on your website. Adding an automated webinar to an appropriate page on your website could be a great way for you to either book sales calls or leads or sell a program directly. Okay. Now, maybe you're running an ad funnel like an SLO or a self-liquidating offer funnel. Maybe you're selling like a $29 product with a $97 upsell. And on the back of that, you're selling your course, let's say, or program for $297. Of course, it has to end in a 7, right? With an automated webinar at the end, right? And so, if you're running ads, automated webinar, awesome. If you are getting organic traffic on a consistent basis, maybe YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, linking up an automated webinar can be a great way for you to not only grow your email list, because that's the byproduct of people opting in for it, but also it's another way for you to either book calls or make sales really hands off, right? You set it up once and it rips. And I love automated webinars. I've had a simple automated application webinar style funnel running on my website for over 4 years. It's made me over $1 million in consulting fees just from people finding me on Google, because I was ranking in Google. People find me in Google or they search webinar consultant. They come to my website. They watch a short video, kind of a hybrid model of the webinar. They apply to speak to me. And I've worked with everything from Shark Tank companies to multi-million-dollar, companies from all over the world doing that. And so it's not either or. It's like, which tool makes sense for you given your situation? That is the correct thinking on it. It's not one versus the other. Again, live webinars, great for event-based or time-based marketing, launches, partner promotions, those kind of things. Live still outconverts the automated, but the automated gives you the 24/7 ability to book calls or to make sales literally while you're sleeping, which is the kind of income I love to make, of course. And you can add one of those automated webinars to a traffic source that's ongoing: YouTube, social media, ad campaigns, those kind of things, ad funnels that can allow you to, again, generate sales and leads on autopilot. Gotta love that, right? Okay, cool. So that's this video. I hope you found it valuable. I'm sure there's lots of good stuff in there. I know there is. If you'd like to check out my automated webinar, click the link in the description or the first comment. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, and I look forward to making another video like this for you soon. Take care for now.